Welcome back, everybody. And as you can see, we're looking at that beautiful air condition there. I wanted to start over here because a lot behind me and to the left of me has changed. Nothing has changed over here. Everything's still good, except it's a complete mess, and I do apologize for that. The few nights that I have gotten to work in here, I've been so busy. I've just been putting everything everywhere and not cleaning up behind myself. So we're going to get over here to the newest section of the railroad, and that is my pushpin town. As you can see, I've done some work here to the yard. I've actually tore up the turnouts and moved them back about 16 inches. And that was originally for the peninsula that I was going to put here, so I could actually do some switching out through the yard and then have the track running into the peninsula kind of joined with the yard, which would kind of give it more of a switching nightmare, but I think it would have been a fun nightmare. To each its own. But I just didn't have the space with my workbench and everything, which is right there. And as you can see the peninsula there. So when I brought the workbench out, I was just too close. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, what's the difference between the left side or the right side? And we'll go over that here in a second. So basically what's going to happen is I'm adding in an additional 3 turnouts plus a turnout that's going that way. So that last turnout will lead into the power plant. That'll go over there where that glue bottle is. And then the yard will go from 3 tracks to 5 tracks. And then it'll just basically all be yard right in here. Don't mind that. And then up there, right there where the tape measure is, it will change back into a single track and then go around. And as you can see, I've got one curved turnout there and a piece of track leading into this peninsula, but that's not exactly how that's going to work, and we'll go over that here in a minute. Now for this yard here, I will have some switches throughout to kind of get me from one track to another, to give me a runaround and whatnot, but that's not really of concern. I've already got that worked out. That's actually into the plan that I have, except I just didn't add in the other 2 tracks, and that's fine. I can work around that. So getting to the peninsula, and I do apologize, I'm not using my tripod or anything tonight, so I'm just using my my hand to hold the phone. There's my co-worker. As you can see, he's working hard. So I got plenty of space here, and that's what I wanted. And I just moved this over here the other night, and I tacked it up. It's only held up right now by 1 screw, and that's going to shift over this way. It's actually going to be 2 feet out, so that's going to put it roughly right there where those screws are. And so that's going to shift it this way, which will give me all the room that I need for my my workbench. When I pull it out with the chair and everything, I'll have adequate enough space, and I won't feel like I'm jammed up. Well, if I would have done that over here, I would have jammed myself up in the corner and all, and I just wanted that extra room. Plus, the way I wanted to run the yard into the peninsula, it just wasn't going to match up right without leaving the peninsula currently where it's at, meaning from that end to that end, just sliding it over. It like I said, it would have been crowded. Apologize about the camera movements. I'm sure you guys are used to it by now, so yeah. Alright. So just for references, this is still going to be the junkyard. And as you can see there, got my track line for the curved and for the curved track. The curved turnout is not staying there, and this track leading into this peninsula is not staying there. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to come around, the track's going to come around, and once it kind of evens out here, there's going to be a turnout that leads back into that junkyard. So that'll be that, and then pretty much down there through all that mess, I'll just have the track, and it'll probably snake a little bit, the main line, the snake, and it'll go over to that where that one turnout is, and we'll go over there now. Alright, that would have been cute. Tripped over the damn vacuum. Okay, so yes, I do know this is a left turnout. However, we're just going to use that. Make believe this is a right turnout. So basically the lift out would be right here, and it's actually going to be sunk in, countersunk, and it'll be flush, and everything will work out. And then that turnout, actually this, let me rephrase that. There will be a section of track here, and then the right hand turnout. And then basically what that'll do is that'll give me my nice general curve, probably a 28-inch radius that will go into this peninsula, and we'll talk about that here in a section. And of course I'm going to put a wing section here. If some of you remembered me talking about putting the cement plant here, or I think it might have been the lumber yard. Okay, so that has changed. Nothing is going to go in this area here. I want to keep this open now. That way I can just, you know, add a stream if I want, a stream or some trees is what I meant to say, not a river. And let me know if you guys think I should add any type of building or anything like there, you know, up against the wall or anything like that. Thought about maybe putting a couple warehouses or something and some box cars up along this wall here. I don't know if I really want to do that. I just don't want to overcrowd that scene. So I mentioned here that the cement plant was originally going to go there, and that's not the case. It was going to be the lumber plant. The cement plant is actually up on the second level, and that's where it's going to stay. So that's that. If you guys have any suggestions on that, please let me know. So now getting to the peninsula. It's a 2-foot by 6-foot peninsula, and originally I was going to have that the gravel company on this end here, and I just feel like it's going to eat up too much room. So I have decided to do away with the kit. I'm going to put it up because on my next layout I will use it. However, what I'm going to do here is more of a aggregate unloading scene. So I'll have my underground hopper with the conveyors and a couple different piles. I say aggregate, but it might be, you know, sand and gravel. I'm not really sure on what type of material it's going to be actually. But so I'll have the unloading track there and where the file is, and then the conveyor would be where the clippers are. And then I would have just a couple of different, you know, stockpiles of things, a couple loaders and stuff like that running around, dump trucks getting loaded. And then what else I'm having in this is going to be the engine house down there. However, that's going to turn into a 3-bay engine house, and then the 2-bay is going to probably be moved up right around this knot here. And that's going to be more for the cars and whatnot. So that should get, and then of course I'll have the refueling station in between the two. So that'll be interesting. And then I'm looking at putting an asphalt plant. And there was one more. Oh, and then the John Deere dealership I'm going to have in here too. And I wanted this peninsula basically for switching. That's what I really wanted. And I think it's just going to add that element to the layout. And then on top of that, now I have my own line that I can say it's the Lumpkins Railroad. I'll paint up a switcher in the colors that I like, and you know, a couple of the buildings will be named after my son. So it's really going to be interesting the way I do it. I've got a few different switching track plans that I've found that I like that would actually work for this 2x6 area, and the only thing I'm not 100% sure on yet is how I'm going to do the sand and gravel company back here. Like I said, I really wanted to use that gravel company. I just feel like it's too big. I mean, I could always put it down and then, you know, wing a section out, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to take away any more of my footprint between this side and this side here. Everything works out perfect right now the way it is. So I decided just to put this, I'm going to wrap it up real nice, put it back in a bin, and that's where it's going to sit until I eventually get to use it. It will be used at some point, just not on this particular layout, and I'm okay with that. Because like I say, I'm still going to have my, you know, airgate, sand and gravel, whatever I decide to make it, that's what it's going to be. If you have any suggestions at all, please let me know. You know, I considered doing a 2-track system running into like a Y coming in to the peninsula from both directions. I don't really want to go that route. I want to do one spur line basically coming into it, and like I said, then it'll switch over to Lumpkins Railroad, and like I said, it'll probably be like a blue and a red, something like that for locomotive wise, and it may even say Lumpkins or Mason for that, or I may name the John Deere dealership after Mason. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do there yet, but so a lot has changed. I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I have, and gals. I guess my next video I will go over the 2 different locomotives that I got there. That one's been weathered. Let me get on the other side here. And then the other one, the BNSF, is a Scale Trains locomotive, and I really like that. We don't have a lot of the BNSF around here in the Maryland, in the Eastern Maryland side, but I just absolutely love the paint scheme. I've always loved the BNSF. And then that is the CSX locomotive I got, and I don't know if you can really tell the weathering that's on it or not, but and I love that one. That one is really good, and I've got another one like it in the box. So other than that, guys and gals, I appreciate it, and I've got to stop saying so much. I hate that. And of course the gas company's still staying up there. The town is going to basically engulf this entire corner section here, and it's going to come out to this Broadway Limited box. So that's going to be really neat. Other than that, everything else is the same. Thank you guys and gals for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And there we go with the word again. Alright, everybody have a great weekend, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching.